Hi everybody. So today I'm going to tell you how I actually cured my approach anxiety when talking to girls. So who is this for? This is for anybody with social anxiety. Okay, this is for anybody who struggled growing up with, approach anxiety. This is even just for people who struggle with genuine just conversation in general. Like me growing up, I was the type of guy where it wasn't even just hard for me just to like talk to girls or like a pretty girl I was interested in. Like for me, it was hard to even communicate with anybody. Like I really mean that. I had severe like communication issues where I struggled, talking to adults. I struggled talking to friends. I struggled making genuine connections. And it sucked really bad. And it sucked really bad for two reasons. The first reason why it sucked is because deep down on the inside, I really wanted to connect with people. Okay. Like I wanted to connect with people on a level that was real. And I also wanted to believe that they wanted to connect with me. Like I wanted to believe that I had something to offer, something of value. And I would constantly play these false beliefs in my head. These false beliefs I would tell myself is like, oh, this person's too busy to talk to me. Or, oh, if I interrupted this person, I'd be doing them a disservice. Or what if I start talking to them and they're sitting there scratching their head wondering, why is this guy talking to me? So those were the negative thoughts that went through my head. So I really wanted to get over that to prove to myself on the deepest of level that, hey, I can make a real connection. Like I can do this. I can actually talk. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I figured this out. What I did was I went on a journey. And the biggest journey that I had to start to actually live by to fix this, to make connection real, is I had to actually start telling the truth. Okay. I realized that I was a compulsive liar, okay? And not only a compulsive liar to the people I was interacting with on a shallow level, but I was actually a compulsive liar to myself. And I will give you an example. There's many of you watching this channel right now where you tell yourself you're doing everything right or you're doing everything correct or what you're doing is okay, but it's actually not. You're killing your own soul inside. So I'm going to explain why. Let's say you meet up with a friend, right? And you want to talk to them about a certain subject, okay? But instead of actually talking to them about that subject, you keep it just surface level, right? You keep it shallow. Deep down, you want to connect on a deeper level, but instead what you're going to do is you're going to just beat around the bush and you're going to lie. You are lying to yourself about your own agenda. Another example would be this. If you are walking down the shopping mall and you see somebody who's really attractive and you want to just talk to them, okay? And I'm not saying talk to them in a weird way. I'm not saying even it has to go anywhere. I'm saying they could even reject you, but you want to talk to them and you choose not to every single time. You're lying to yourself. And what you do is you put up false barriers and false beliefs and you say things like, well, they're walking too fast. Well, they might be with their mom. Well, they might have headphones in. Well, their shopping bags might be heavy and they might not want to stand there for an extra 30 seconds to talk to me. Well, might not be the right time. Well, they might pick up the phone and have to talk. Well, I might look weird. Well, their dad might be wondering. Well, their mom might be wondering. Like you can replay this crap through your head all the time. And I know it because that was me. That's what you got to realize. That was me. I'm just like you. Now, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Everybody is just like this. Now, that was the big epiphany when everything clicked for me, is I started to realize every single person is like this. And I started actually talking to people and realizing this. It didn't matter who they were. It didn't matter if they were big or tall, okay? It didn't matter if they were overweight or if they were skinny. It didn't matter if they were a 10 out of 10 good looks. It didn't matter if they had $1 million in the bank account or if they were broke. I realized that every single person had these exact same issues. Okay, that was my big aha moment when I'm like, okay, everybody wants to connect. Everybody is sick and tired of sitting on their phone. Everybody feels this way deep down. No matter how they look, everybody's the same. My big aha, my big epiphany was like, okay, this needs to be fixed. And the only way it can be fixed is if I actually start telling the truth, no matter how that truth is or comes across to the other person. It doesn't make it more or less true. And this is the big thing you have to realize for yourself is you have to actually stop lying. If you are around people and you have something to say and you hold it in, you're lying to yourself. Okay? If you start talking to somebody that you have interested in on a shallow level and you never get to the point of why you're there, you're now actually lying to them. And it makes you a worse person. It makes you a weaker individual. And here's what happens. These things chip away at your armor. Okay. They chip away at who you are. They chip away at your soul. They chip away from your purpose. They chip away with your ability to connect day by day, 1% at a time. And 1% of a time, those things eat at you. And as it eats at you, here's what you have to remember. You're actually doing yourself a disservice. You're hurting yourself deep down. And this is the thing is most guys have become complete liars. Like everybody's became a complete liar about what they actually want, what they're actually intended here to do, and why they're around people in the first place. So when you start to do this, okay, when you start to live this way, the plan of attack is that you are going to start actually talking to people and speaking the truth, regardless of how it makes you feel. And that's the only way, is if you can truly desensitize yourself. So here's the thing. There's going to be conflict along the way. When I did this, my internals were burning. Like when I tell you my internals were burning, I would go and I would talk to people, and like on the inside, I'm sitting there cringing. Like I'm sitting there cringing. I'm like, oh my God, did I really just say that? Oh my God, did I really take that risk? Oh my God, did this actually just happen? I'm on fire. But I realized something. I realized that they appreciated it. And they appreciated it on a deeper level because nobody else actually talked to them that way. And because of that, I could make genuine connection. And guess what? By the end of it, we were typically laughing. By the end of it, we were playing. Okay. And here's the cool thing about that. By the end of it, they had no idea what I did. They had no idea what my status level on Instagram was. They had no idea how much money I made, because I was actually a real person having a real conversation and a real interaction. I'm going to tell you this. People are sick and tired of hiding behind the phone. They're sick and tired of hiding behind the screen. You have no idea how many women I've met or went on dates with over the past couple of years that always say one thing: I wish I would have met XYZ guy, or I wish I would have met you, or time to time, I wish I would have met people organically. Women are dying for real connection. And when you start to do this, you're going to hit your true achievement. And your true achievement is this: you're going to realize talking to people is a lot easier than you thought it would be. But what the really cool thing is it's who you became in the process. Who you became in the process was a guy who's able to go out there and take risks, even if it scares him. You show yourself that, you know what, no matter what you think you are on a scale of 1 to 10, no matter how much money you make, no matter your status, you have the ability to bring value to somebody in that interaction. And what you become is you become a guy who can actually take action, and that is the most rewarding, is going and laying your head down on your pillow every single night and knowing that you gave it your all, knowing that you actually tried, and knowing that you don't have to feel like a coward, or you have to feel like you have to hide behind a screen and have buffers and barriers just to get through the day. And that peace of mind, I'm telling you, is worth more than $1 million. That peace of mind is worth more than any amount of status in the world. Like, there's people with money and with status, and they still can't connect, and they're miserable. They go to bed every single night and they're lonely. And I know that because I was one of them. I was one of these people, just like I'm trying to get across to you that the key to this is connection. And only when you have this are you actually able to unlock the codes that you need to live a fulfilling life. If you align with what I just told you, like if you feel the same way, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go down below and I want you to register for the MBT webinar. I know I say that in every single video, but here's what you have to understand. When I created MBT, which stands for Masculine Behavioral Techniques, okay, this was my life's work. Like for over 3 years, I worked on this. I worked on this system. I worked on a way for guys to actually detach from the artificial world and the barriers that we're living in. And I taught them how to actually connect and connect in a way with the type of companions that they want so they can actually live a fulfilling life. And so that way there's no games, there's no BS, there's no headache. And that peace of mind and that fulfillment, like I said, is worth more than anything. Knowing every single day that you have full control over your life and your approach anxiety does not control you, but you control it. And you actually become a social being. If you like this video, I want you to hit the like button, okay, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.